Hello everyone, this is your host and your boy Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. Give me one moment to get the live chat set up the description of the video, and start hanging out with you guys while talking about my day. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. Today is February 4th, 2019. In this video, we're going to be talking about February 3rd, 2019, going over my day and hanging out with you guys in the live chat. I know today's Sunday, a lot of you guys have school tomorrow, and this is a later video, so I understand if not a lot of people are able to make it. But yeah, for those who are able to make it, thank you for stopping by, and for those of you watching this video later, thank you for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. Like I said, I'm currently getting the live chat set up, so I'll be able to talk with you all in the live chat. Yo, Serena, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. How's your day today? Let's see, I now have the live chat up on my computer screen. Now I will start editing the description of this video. Serena said already smashed it. Thank you kindly, Serena. Truly appreciate it. Bow. I used to actually be able to see when people smash the like button, but on my phone, for whatever reason, the YouTube app no longer updates the like counter. So I just have no idea. Let's see. So now I am editing the description. So Serena, how's your day been? What have you been up to? When was the last time we hung out? Was the last time we hung out your boy Dozer's birthday? Or have we hung out again since then? Serena said, I'm going to see you tomorrow at David's. Oh, you're going to be at Dozer's? Ballin'. Are you excited to finally look at that Ben 10 game that your boy Dozer got for free on the Nintendo Switch store for his birthday? Let's see. Currently working on the description for this video. What I like to do is put everything I did in the description. That way you guys can follow along during the video. Serena said, I am mildly interested. Okay, keeping it casual. I'm pretty hype. As you know, I've always been on that Benton train. Definitely lifelong fan. I do know I'm behind on season 3. Because I'm pretty sure they've introduced Kevin 11 in season 3. He's like back in the reboot series, but this time he has his own like evil Omnitrix, and I'm very curious about it. I'm definitely gonna watch that episode and make a video about it in the near future. I still have a video that I made reviewing the comic books that came out this week, but that I haven't edited yet. That I need to edit. So I have multiple videos that I like have sitting on the back burner that I like need to make, but just haven't made yet. So I need to get right on it. Let's see. I'm going to smash that save changes button. Serena said, the thing I'm going to commission you on Fiverr, by the way, is going to be an Ope Bum 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 themed full rap. Ope Bum Bum Bum. Okay, I'm down for that. Do. So just save changes on the description. So the description of the video has everything that I did today written in it. I've also put tags on the video. The category is already correct, which is good. So now this video is ready to start. So I now do read the live chat while I go over my day. I had a period of time where I wouldn't read the live chat while I went over my day, but I've gotten past that. That was stupid. The only reason why I started that is because I had a group of people hanging out with me, like while I was doing a live stream one day, and they were like, you'll never get through your day if you always stop to read the live chat. If you just go over your day first and then read the live chat, you can get through it. But I don't know. I feel like reading the live chat while going over my day lets us all like interact and have like a discussion with each other. It's more like a hangout. Serena said because you always go oh bum 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 when changing topics. Word? I don't know. I know that I like to make those sound effects all the time. I'm not sure about ope bum bum bum. Maybe it's the way that I read it is different from the way that I think it. I don't know. Real quick, I'm gonna take a quick swig of water. Gotta get that H2O. Then then Serena said, "You're not saying it right." Oh, how do you say it? Oh, and while you're going over that, I'm gonna go over my day. So today, well, I guess it's more like yesterday. I always start with what I did immediately after yesterday's vlog. So immediately after yesterday's vlog, I hung out with Aidan and talked about yesterday's vlog. Ooh, oh, that's really confusing. Okay, because I'm talking about the other day. So after the vlog yesterday, Aiden and I hung out and talked about the vlog that I did the day before that. And we discussed the multiverse until like 6 a.m. So me and Aiden are really into like the idea of the multiverse, the idea that there are like an infinite number of universes and that there are an infinite number of different versions of yourself all doing different things. Well, an infinite number of them do the same thing as each other, but every possible universe that you could think of exists somewhere out there. And me and Aiden have been like swapping ideas back and forth about the multiverse. I've actually written a few different books that talk about my ideas of the multiverse. So I get really into like our discussions that we have. Your boy Kel showed up. He said, "Hey, what up? What up? What up? Yo, Kel, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. Yo, welcome. I just started talking about my day. Summer, a girl from Tinder, messaged me for a good bit really early in the morning. She seems nice, but we don't really have a lot of common interest. I brought that up today while I was like chatting with her, and she was like, "I don't really care about like common interests. You know, you love what you love. Just." Oh wait, she said, "You love what you love, I love what I love, and I'm interested in learning more about the things that you love," or whatever. So that seemed cool. But she messaged me during a time where like I was busy doing something else, and then I think she either unmatched with me or she deleted Tinder. But I haven't heard from Summer since like that last message or whatever, because she's just not like on the app anymore, as far as I can tell. Also, the girl Michelle that I was interested in on Tinder, I don't think I'm gonna vibe with Michelle anymore. She was in the comic books and stuff like that. Seemed interesting. But Michelle recently updated her profile and said that she's like 420 friendly, and I can't get involved with that because I'm gonna work with the government. So right now I'm strictly looking out for Danica, trying to get with Danica. Let's see. Serena said, I was talking to my coworker about multiverse topics the other week. Oh, ballin'. What are your thoughts on the multiverse? Kel said the multiverse theory is totally real. Then Dragon Ball Superfan said, Sup, bro, I'm back again. Yo, Dragon Ball Superfan. Welcome to the streams. Good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. So I went to bed back at my place. I left Aiden's, and then I got up around 10 a.m. So keep in mind, me and Aiden hung out until around 6 a.m. Then I got back to my dorm, and then I got up around like 9:58 or so. I exercised real quick, and then I got picked up by my brother and his girlfriend to hang out at my mom's house. At mom's, we played Mortal Kombat XL. Oh crap! I tried to do it and then I didn't do it. XL. There we go. We played Mortal Kombat XL, and I won the majority of the games I played. I only lost when I played as Tremor and played as Predator. Predator felt awkward. I was playing the version of Predator that had the laser blaster, and I never really got him down. I think my favorite Predator move is that he's able to like do a charging tackle where he like stabs the opponent in the chest. I thought that was pretty cool, but I never really got him to work out, and I ended up losing 2 out of 3 games with Predator. So I kind of put Predator down. Then I played a game with Trimmer, who's a guy who can like manipulate the earth and uses like earth-based abilities in his attacks. But Trimmer slaps the ground too much to try to make like earthquakes. I don't know. I kind of thought he was a little shitty. Not gonna lie. Let's see. Kel said, Het, did you check out the fanfic I wrote on Amino? Yo, you know I'm gonna read that fanfic after I'm done going over this. I don't know why I'm saying going over this. Going over my day. 100%. I'm going to read your fan poll. I'm going to do not fan poll, fanfic on the stream, do a dramatic reading of it after I go over my day. Feel free, guys, to post on the Amino your fanfics. I want to see your fanfictions. Hit me up. As long as it's 250 words or less, I will do a dramatic reading of any fanfictions I receive, like on the stream. Fanfiction starring your boy, Jet Black, in any situation you want, real or fictional. Nani says, "Is that Nick?" Yo, Nani, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. And we got Kevin Walters on the stream. Sup, Kevin Walters, welcome. Don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. Yo, your girl Serena said on the radio an advertisement for some food ended by mentioning, and note the ingredients with the names you can't pronounce, which I thought was really interesting because I thought about it. And then it said dot 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 dot. Then someone jumped in and said, we have chicken to make you talk. To which then I'm going to call you Wee. Yo, Wee, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. He said, can you help me find the chocolate thick women? The chocolate thick women? Are they like made of literal chocolate? Because you might find them in like a gingerbread house. That's where I would look first. Serena said about it, we lived in a world where we can't eat foods that we can't pronounce. Oh, so the idea is that what if you lived in a universe where you couldn't consume foods that you couldn't pronounce? I guess people with speech impediments couldn't eat a lot of foods then. You would just kind of get cucked, right? Mm. Oh yeah, I was talking about Mortal Kombat XL. So Tremor and Predator's movesets felt really weird. I didn't really vibe with that. I performed a fatality using Katana by accident, and I performed a brutality with Triborg. Both I did not intentionally. I did try to do a fatality with Katana, but I didn't know the movement, so I just kind of guessed and like lucked one out. And then the one with Triborg was really hype because he removed his head and threw it at the opponent's head and then replaced the opponent's head with his own head. And I thought that shit was like extremely fire. Keep in mind, I'm playing this game against like my mom and my brother and our family friend Ernest. We're like all playing it together. And I don't own Mortal Kombat X. So I keep telling the guys, like, you know, I've played Mortal Kombat 9 a good bit, but I don't really own X, so I don't really know like what to do in Mortal Kombat X. And then they're all like, "Stop lying, Jet. You know how to play this game, doing fatalities and shit." And I'm like, I honestly don't. Uh, I'm just trying to feel it out as I go. But I thought it was really hype. I enjoyed my time. Let's see. We retracted one of their messages. Then Nani said, "Where's Winslow? Winslow's back at the dorm. Winslow has really busy Mondays. So because of the fact that he has really busy Mondays, he doesn't hang out super late on Sunday nights. That's how we were able to hang out really late Saturday night till like 6 a.m. because he didn't have anything to do today. But now that it's like Sunday to Monday, he's like going to bed like early, which makes sense. Let's see. Then Kel said, I guess mute people would starve to death. Oh crap. And he said, and illiterates too, probably. Yeah, if you couldn't pronounce words or read words to be able to pronounce them, I guess you do just get cucked. Serena said it would also be difficult to consume foreign food. Ooh, that's a good point, because it would be harder to pronounce the foreign words for foods. Could you do it if you could pronounce like the English version of those foods' names? Also, do you think we would just name foods better if we could only eat foods we could pronounce? Like, do you think we would just name foods in ways that are easy to pronounce? Or if you didn't want other people to eat your food, give your food tricky names on purpose to like screw other people over? Then Nani said, we have C, and I think that's a C. Looks like he just put the letter C. Then Dragon Ball Superfan said, is the Shaggy DLC real? I don't know. I can Google that. I'll I'll Google that after I go over my day. Speaking of which, since I opened a new tab, I realized that I didn't add the links to my. Oh wait, yes I did. Never mind. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I don't know if I added the links to the amino and fiber and everything in the description box below. So what I'm gonna do is make sure I did that real quick while looking at the live chat. Just in case anyone else wants to post up a fanfic tonight, because I will be reading the fanfic that got posted on the Amino tonight live on the stream after I go over my day. So if any of you guys want to check that out and follow along as I go over it, and if anyone wants to post their own, which I will read live on the channel on the stream, as long as it stars your boy in some real or fictional scenario, you know I'm down to do like a dramatic reading. Ooh, let me see. I'm gonna scroll up, trying to get those links. And it has to be 250 words or less is my other thing, just to make sure that I'm not like reading anything too long. You know what I mean? I think that gives you enough space to write out like a full story. Let's see. Nani said, "Chill, kid, but don't worry. After the stream, I can look up if that Shaggy DLC thing is real. I've heard about the petition, but I'm not sure if it actually is real." Kel said the Shaggy DLC is totally real. He said he's going to be in Jump Force, Smash Bros, and Fighter Z. The reason why I think the Shaggy DLC could possibly be a thing is because NetherRealms works really closely with Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers has the rights for like the Hanna-Barbera characters like Scooby-Doo and Johnny Quest and things of that nature. So it's not too crazy to have your boy Shaggy be in Mortal Kombat. I mean, it is crazy just because of the tonal difference between the two. But I mean, come on, we've already had like Mortal Kombat versus the DC Universe and the Injustice series having Mortal Kombat guest characters, and there are actually Hanna-Barbera comics like Scooby-Doo Apocalypse that are published by DC Comics. I mean, come on, we could get Shaggy. It's a possibility. Now, would he be Ultra Instinct Shaggy? I don't know about that. Nani said, I told that guy to chill. He said you were mentally challenged. And then Serena said he did say that. Well, technically, he asked if he is. Then Nani said, I want Shaggy, but he is basically calling him that. I mean, it's whatever. People will say what they want to say. Well, mm, I don't sweat stuff like that too much. Let's see. So we talked about Mortal Kombat XL. So next up, oh, by the way, the description should be updated. We now have the links to the Zazzle, Amino, Fiverr, etc. So if you guys do want to post fan fiction starring your boy, feel free to post them on the Amino. I'll do a dramatic reading of them after I finish going over my day. Let's see. So, Maddie is having dinner with her family tonight, so she canceled our cookout plans. Originally, on Sunday, Maddie and I were supposed to hang out Sunday night and go to cookout. Excuse me. But since her family set up dinner plans, we rescheduled. Originally, Maddie wanted to reschedule to Monday, but then after we rescheduled to like Monday night, she then took that back, and now she's rescheduled for Wednesday afternoon. So Wednesday afternoon, Maddie and I are gonna go to a cookout. Once I got back to the dorm from hanging out with mom and my brother's girlfriend, and Ernest playing Mortal Kombat XL, I called Aidan and went to his place to hang out. We watched some YouTube for a bit. He ate some of his leftover Marco's pizza. And then after that, I went back to my dorm to take like a 2 hour nap because I had only slept like 4 hours. While Aiden went to his lab to work on his levitation device because Aiden has been working on ionic levitation, which has been really cool. If you guys want to know more about that, I'd be more than happy to do some videos with your boy Winslow talking about his ionic levitation devices. A lot of people said they weren't going to work. And once he demonstrated that like the thing that he was working on actually is something that can work, he's received funding. Aiden's been blowing up when it comes to like his science stuff. I'm really hype about it. So Aiden went to the lab to work on his levitation device, and then I took a nap. After the nap, I went with Aiden to get milkshakes at 3 scoops, and he went to Phil Sandoval's to get some food to go. And then while we were like getting milkshakes and stuff, we talked about multiversal imaginary telepathy, which is like a weird concept. Basically, the idea is that if the universe is like infinite, right, and expands on forever, and an event has the possibility of occurring, you essentially give that event an infinite number of chances to occur, which means that that event will occur like an infinite number of times. It's similar to what we were talking about before, that there should be an infinite number of like different Earths. It's better to say Earths, in my opinion, than universes. An infinite number of different Earths that will have and are going to exist during the infinite expansion of the universe. So, when talking about multiversal imaginary telepathy, the idea is that if you imagine having a conversation with a version of yourself from another universe, while you're imagining it from one side, there are an infinite number of other yous throughout time, throughout the multiverse, who imagine that conversation from the other perspective. So it's essentially like you're talking to another universe version of yourself, and the discussion is going exactly the way that you're imagining it, except you're not directly talking to them because you're not actually like psychically communicating. It just has to do with how the multiverse works on like a probability scale. It's a really interesting thing to discuss, and I'm actually planning on writing a book that talks a lot about that after we do the stream. So once the stream hits about an hour, I'll end it, and then I'm gonna try and type up a book. I have a lot of ideas on that. I was thinking about that while I was in the shower, and I was like, "Ooh, I got a solid idea for a book." So once we got back to Winslow's dorm, we hung out and we worked on raps for a few hours. Your boy Winslow's writing some pretty personal stuff about his life, building up on his style. He's trying to work on more sing-songy flows and change the way that he like performs raps. So it's been really interesting working with Aiden, seeing how Aiden is trying to develop new flows and trying his flows on like different beats and trying to help him through that, while also working on a few raps of my own. I've now written a lot of new raps that I need to perform on the channel at some point. It's just another thing to add to the list of videos that I want to make and eventually publish and release. Once I got back to my dorm, I wrote up a series of custom card names and effects to create an archetype around the Yu Gi Oh card Magic Gate of Miracles. So Magic Gate of Miracles is a pretty cool Yu-Gi-Oh card that says if you control two spellcaster type monsters, you can target one monster your opponent controls, change it to defense position, and then take control of it on your side of the field. So I created a bunch of custom cards. I haven't put them on Dueling Book yet, but I've named them and given them effects. I've created a series of custom cards for an archetype that works around trying to use the effect of Magic Gate of Miracles in order to potentially win the game. So I'm excited to eventually make those in Dueling Book and like work on them. Kel said, if Shaggy is in Mortal Kombat, I hope he's using less than 3% of his power, otherwise he'd be broken. Nani said, I want him an Ultra Instinct though. Then Kel said, Winslow should team up with Drake. And then Nani said, or Ultra Instinct Goofy. I think it would be less likely for us to get an Ultra Instinct Goofy, since Goofy is owned by Disney, and Disney and Warner Brothers don't necessarily see eye to eye. I think if not Nani, I think if Shaggy were to have like an Ultra Instinct kind of thing, they probably try to explain it as some kind of weird Mortal Kombat lore thing. Like instead of being Ultra Instinct directly from Dragon Ball, it would be some weird Mortal Kombat phenomenon that allows him to have something like Ultra Instinct. Maybe Shaggy gets entangled with the sands of time, and it allows him to have some weird form of time manipulation that allows him to react faster than normal people. They could try and like tie it into the Mortal Kombat 11 story. I'm not sure, but it would be interesting if we got Ultra Instinct Shaggy. I do think that'd be dope. So now that's everything I've done today. After I made those custom Yu-Gi-Oh cards, exercised, showered, got dressed, freshened up, and bam, doing the live stream. So now that I've gone over my whole day, this is just the period of the stream where I hang out with you guys. I just talk with you guys in the live chat. You guys can bring up any discussion topics, points, ask me any questions that you have, and I'm more than happy to answer them. Kel said, no, they should just give Toriyama $20 so that they can give Shaggy Ultra Instinct. Do you think Toriyama would be like just fine with it? Just be like, yeah, you can just give Shaggy Ultra, is this whatever? Because that'd be interesting, to be honest, if he was cool with it. Mm, let's see. So right now I'm gonna Google it. So because someone asked, is the Shaggy Ultra Instinct thing like a real thing? I know that there's a huge petition for it, but I don't think it's been like confirmed or anything. I know that people have been fueling the Shaggy meme, like official people at NetherRealms, like doing posts about it and stuff, joking on it. Um, but I don't think anything's been confirmed. If anything was to be confirmed, I think I'd be getting a shit ton of emails about it. So haven't seen anything pop up. I googled Shaggy Ultra Instinct DLC and clicked news, and the only thing that comes up is the fact that some of the creators of Mortal Kombat have like made posts about it and made people start thinking about it. Ryan said, "Hi Jet, yo Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it." So now I looked up the Ultra Instinct Shaggy thing. It's time for me to pull up Amino because we got some fan fiction. I'm glad that someone finally made a new fan fiction. It's been a hot minute since we've had one. Like I said, as long as they're 250 words or less and you post it on the Amino, I will do a dramatic reading of your Jet Black fan fiction on the channel. So I'm getting the Amino opened. Your boy Kells, shout out to Kells, wrote a fan fiction starring me and his OC, his original character, doing a Yu-Gi-Oh match, I believe. I haven't read it yet, so this will be my first time reading it, like a reaction and a dramatic reading. Dragon Ball Superfan said, if Bandai Namco is the anime Warner Brothers, interesting. And then Kel said, I think Toriyama's just like, look, man, I literally make thousands of dollars for just existing. So just give me $20, I'll give you Ultra Instinct. And then Nani said, so is it real, Nick? I think the people at NetherRealms are just fanning the flames. If they did come out with it, I would be hella stoked. Okay, so I now have the fanfic up, but I have it on my second monitor. I should move it to my first monitor to make it a little easier to read. Yeah. I think this is probably longer than 250 words, but it doesn't seem too bad, so I'm ready to hit it up. Also, it'll be my first time reading a duel in plain text. I don't think I've ever done that before. I'm used to there being like pictures and people talking, in a manga. So we'll see. This should be different. So this is Kibo versus Jet fanfic by that one guy Kells. And as I read, if you guys post in the live chat, I'll stop and I'll react to what you guys are saying. Background. A huge tournament funded by Kaiba Corp is taking place with duelists around the world. Oh, that I immediately had a question as soon as it said Kaiba Corp. When does this take place? Does it take place like during original Yu-Gi-Oh era? Does it take place during like GX or 5Ds or Zexal or Arc 5 or Vrains or anything like that? Because as soon as you said Kaiba Corp, my brain like jumped to like original series Yu-Gi-Oh. So just a little curious. Location: a giant stadium filled with cheering audience members. Announcer: it's time for the first duel to begin. The audience cheers. To start us off, we will have a duel between Kibo Shuri, a popular pendulum duelist known for his future monsters, and Jet, a YouTuber who's known in the dueling world for his player armor cards, which allows him to put himself into the duel. Kibo and Jet enter the stadium on opposite sides with their dueling disc out. And finally, the duel will now begin. Kibo and Jet simultaneously go, "Let's duel!" The audience cheers. Turn 1. Kibo says, "I'll start off this duel with a pendulum scale, and I'll use Future Weatherist and Future Priestess to make it." Kells then said it's taking place in like a new Yu-Gi-Oh anime that I have in my head. I don't have a name for it yet though. Oh, interesting. Kells, does your new Yu-Gi-Oh anime fit in the timeline anywhere? I know that you're saying that it's like it's its own series, but is it its own series outside of like the normal timeline, or does it fit between or during some of the other shows that already exist? I mean, pendulum monsters exist, which also makes it a little interesting. So then on the field, two pillars of light form on the sides of Kibo, with future Weatherist and future Priestess inside of them, with numbers underneath them. One for Weatherist and eight for Priestess, representing their pendulum scales. Kibo then says, "The power of my pendulum will swing through time. I pendulum summon Future Pendulum Magician." It's a level 7, 200, 2500 attack, 2000 defense monster. Future Pendulum Magician Girl, a level 7 monster with 2400 attack and 2000 defense. And Future Cybercoder Magician level 3. It's a tuner with 900 attack and 800 defense. Then Nani said, "What the fuck, Nick? Guess what I saw? What did you see, Nani?" Then Kibo said, "Then I'll make the circuit that connects me to the future." On the field, a square appears with 8 arrows on its border, one on the top, bottom, and on its sides, and two on its top and bottom corners. Future Pendulum Magician and Future Pendulum Magician Girl turn into beams of light that shoot into the top and bottom of the arrows on the square, with the arrows then glowing afterward. Let's see. Nani said, "I saw a guy live streaming and he was going crazy and he showed his like penis. That seems very inappropriate. Did you see it on YouTube? Because I imagine YouTube would yaga that video off real quick." Kel said it takes place a couple years after Vrains. Oh, okay, so this would be like in the future, in the future. Nani said, like he said, if it, I'm gonna delete this video, and then he showed it on YouTube. You shouldn't do that. That seems like a horrible idea. Even if he deletes the video, I imagine it's already like out there on the internet. All he needs is like a screenshot or someone to like copy and just like move that video around, like download it or like screen capture it. And then Nani said that he was being racist. How was he being racist? I don't understand. If anything, he was just being reckless. Kibo then said, "Then I'll make the circuit that connects me to." Oh, I already read that. I was about to go through a whole thing again. So here I am. Kibo said, "I link summon the Link 2 monster, Future Archer Magician, with one arrow pointing up and another pointing down. With 1800 attack, a Link 2 monster. On the field, Future Archer Magician flies out of the square, with the square dissipating after it exists, appearing on the field in the left extra monster zone." Kibo then says, To end off my turn, I activate Archer's effect. I can destroy one monster this card points to and raise Archer Link's rating by 1 and give it a link arrow of my choice. On the field, on the field, future Cybercoder Magician turns into small balls of light and gets absorbed into future Archer Magician. Future Archer Magician's link rating is increased by 1 and a circle appears around it representing its link arrows with one glowing red arrow on top of the circle and one glowing red arrow at the bottom. Another arrow appears on the circle on the lower right hand side of the circle. Let's see. So Nani said I'm gonna do the 1,000 inward challenge. Like he kept saying it so that he can break a record, but the hard R. I don't really think that's too bad. The like 1,000 inward challenge thing. Only reason why I say that is because he's not like calling anyone that or like specifically like saying it to anyone. He's just saying a word over and over again. To me that doesn't like mean much. So getting back into the action, Kibo said, not only that, but he gains 200 attack points. Then on the field, future Archer Magician's attack points raised to 2,000. At the end of the turn, Kibo's life points are at 4,000 as well as Jet's, so it's still anybody's game, but your boy Kibo has set up the board. Nani said true, but it still is lol. I mean, I'm not sure if I would call him racist because he said the N word 1,000 times. It's kind of whatever. So turn two, Kibo's thoughts. I know his player armor helmet allows him to attack me by paying life points, but since he has 4,000 life points right now, he would have to pay more than half his life points to destroy my monster, so I should be safe. Then I say, alright, I draw. I activate my field spell, Player Armor Seal. Ooh, what? I was surprised because Player Armor is like a real custom archetype that I made, but Player Armor Seal is like a new card to me. Okay. So on the field, a giant glowing red symbol appears on Jet's side of the field. This card allows me to play spell and trap cards in my main monster zones, and if I were to be attacked directly once per turn, I can destroy a player armor spell card instead. Then I activate Player Armor Missile Launcher. If I control a Player Armor card, I can destroy a card on your side of the field. Kibo's thoughts. Nani? If he destroys my monster and he has Player Armor Helmet in his hand, then that can totally mess me up. Now, I destroy your monster. On the field, a missile appears from Jet's spell and trap card zone and launches toward future Archer Magician, destroying it as smoke blows through Kibo's field. Dang it, Kibo thinks. Then I say, I activate Player Armor Dual Disc. This card allows me to add a player monster card from my deck to my hand. And I add Player Monster Pendulum Fairy. You're not the only one with pendulum monsters now. Let's see. Nani said in the live chat. Then he kept drinking and he had to pee. So then he pees on the bottle and shows everyone. He said, I left at that point. It's interesting to hear when your cutoff was, when you were like, nah, I think he went a little too far. Kel said it's D tier level racism. That's also an interesting thing to hear. Nani said, what are you reading? Right now I'm reading a fanfic that was written by your boy Kels. He posted on the Amino. Link to the Amino is in the description. It's a fanfic starring me and Kibo, which is Kel's custom OC character for Yu-Gi-Oh! And we're having a Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel. Let's see. Kibo's thoughts. A player monster card? He must have gotten some new cards to add to his arsenal. Then I said, now I summon her to the field. Player Monster Pendulum Fairy. Player Monster Pendulum Fairy is a level 3 300 attack monster with 1000 defense. Come out and fight by my side. Then I'll activate Player Armor Helmet. Then Kibo's thoughts. He thinks, oh no, this duel's over. We already know what that does, so why don't you hit me with your best shot, says Kibo. Kibo actually got like really arrogant after that. Like his thoughts was like, oh no, I'm gonna get fucked. And then he was like, we'll see about that out loud. I wonder if in the story, right now I'm like trying to predict what's gonna happen. I wonder if in the story, if Jet's gonna second guess himself since Kibo's so confident. So then I say, alright then, let's battle. I say with a confident smile on my face. Oh, I should re-say that. All right then, let's battle. On the field, a helmet materializes around Jet's head. as he comes in and punches Kibo in the gut. Whoa, I love that imagery. I don't know. I always think of it like a laser coming out of the helmet, but I like the idea of just punch. You just punch Kibo straight in the gut, dealing 2,000 points of damage to Kibo as Jet loses 2,000 life points. Oh wow, so we're just even now. By me doing that. If anything, I think Kibo should just win now, right? I spent half my life points to just hit him for half. Oh wait, I forgot about how Pendulum Fairy works. I see what's happening. So Kibo then goes, ugh! And then I go, Pendulum Fairy's effect activates. Once per turn, if I pay life points to activate a card effect, I gain half the amount of life points I paid. On the field, just life points raise from 2,000 to 3,000. Then I say, now, Pendulum Fairy, attack Kibo directly with blinding sparkles. I like that you named Pendulum Fairy's attack. I actually think that's pretty cool. Nani said, cool. So it's a Nick Cross Winslow or a Nick Cross Zarbon fanfic? By the way, Nani, if you want to post your own fanfics for me to dramatically read on the channel, feel free to do so. They can be about whatever you want, as long as they star your host, your friend, your boy in them. It can be about like a weird fictional setting where I'm like in like another world or interacting with fictional characters, or it can just be about like me and my friends on the stream hanging out. I just ask that it's 250 words or less to keep it like short and concise. Let's see. Oh, yes. On the field, sparkles shoot out from Pendulum Fairy's hand. The sparkles grow brighter and brighter as they head towards Kibo, ending in a giant flash that hits Kibo in the face, dealing 300 points of damage. Kibo then groans, gah! Then I say, all in my turn now. At the end of turn 2, Kibo's life points are now at 1,700, while Jet's are at 3,000. Things are looking a little rough for Kibo, but can he turn them around? Turn 3, Kibo's thoughts. Why didn't he just pay 3,700 points and destroy me with a direct attack from Pendulum Fairy? Is he even taking this duel seriously? It's fine, I've got this. Kibo then out loud says, I draw. Now it's time for the pendulum to wing in my direction. I activate Monster Reborn and bring back Future Archer Magician, with his top arrow pointing towards the extra monster zone. Kibo then thinks to himself, I can't do as much with him as I'd like, since his link rating's back to 2 and his attack points are back to 1,800. He then looks at Future Priestess in his pendulum zone. Kibo then says out loud, now I'll pendulum summon Future Pendulum Magician from the extra deck, and since my archer is pointing to him, I can activate its effect again, only this time I'll put an arrow pointing to the left. On the field, Future Pendulum Magician turns into small balls of light that get absorbed into Future Archer Magician. Future Archer Magician's link rating is increased by 1, and a circle appears around it representing its link arrows that appear with one glowing red arrow on the top of the circle and one glowing red arrow at the bottom. Another arrow appears on the circle on the left side. Kibo then says, now, I activate Future Priestess's effect from the Pendulum Zone. I can special summon a future monster from my deck to a zone a link monster I control points to, and I choose to special summon Future Sky Glider. Future Sky Glider is a level 4 monster with 1,500 attack and 1,600 defense. Nani in the live chat said, Noise. Then I activate his effect. Now I can special summon Future Sea Glider, which is a level 4 monster with 1,600 attack and 1,500 defense, from the deck to the field. But now, both of their attack and defense points become 0. That's fine by me though, because I build the overlay network. On the field, a giant, dark, cloudy, sparkling, and spiraling hole opens on Kibo's side of the field, with Future Sky Glider and Future Sea Glider turning into dark beams of light that shoot up into the hole. A huge beam of bright and red light comes out, revealing Kibo's monster. Kibo then states, IXZ summon Future Magician of the Dark Arts. It is a rank 4 monster with 2,400 attack and 2,800 defense. To the monster zone my link monster points to. Will Kibo be able to turn the tables, or will Jet shoot him down once again? We'll have to find out next time on Yu-Gi-Oh! Yo, Kels, for your special Yu-Gi-Oh! Series that you're working on, By the way, love the fanfic. I immediately had a question once I like read the to be continued, but I should give you my thoughts on it. There were a few spelling mistakes here and there, but other than that, I'm really digging the flow. I am curious, the same way that Kiba was, why is it that Jet didn't go for the kill? Like, is Jet working on something? What's in Jet's hand? Like, what is he thinking? Maybe Jet thought that he could get like hand trapped or something, and he didn't want to go all out for something that wasn't gonna like fully work. I'm super curious though. But I'm excited that it's a multi-part thing, meaning that there are going to be like more of these in the future. I do definitely want to see where the story continues. The question that I had at the end, at the to be continued point, by the way, I'm going to hit that like button about on Amino. My question in the to be continued point, because it was like next time on Yu-Gi-Oh, what subtitle would you put on it? I mean, of course, we have like all the Yu-Gi-Oh series have had like an extra bit to the name. Like I have Yu-Gi-Oh GX, Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal, Yu-Gi-Oh Arc V, Yu-Gi-Oh Vrains. Would it be like Yu-Gi-Oh Future to go off of the whole like future monster like theme? Um, Also, would it involve like time travel, your story? Like, is that ever like a thing? Because from what I can tell, Arc V has like multiverse stuff. So would your series that has like future monsters, would it focus on the concept of like time travel stuff being mixed into like a Yu-Gi-Oh plot? And then Kel said, I'm trying to figure out the subtitle. It's really hard. Let's see. I guess it depends on like what the big overall like story is going to be, like who the big bad is and things of that nature. I think could kind of shape what that subtitle could be about. You know what I mean? Um, some of the subtitles now I think about them, I don't fully understand them. Yu-Gi-Oh GX stands for Generation X. That makes sense. Um, Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds. Why was it called 5Ds? Is it supposed to represent like five duelist? I don't remember why it was called 5D. I never watched 5Ds. Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Why was it called Zexal again? I never finished Zexal, so I don't know. Is Zexal like the name of a character or anything like that? Arc 5 was like the fifth arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! But I think you're supposed to call it Arc V. Don't know why it's Arc V. I got it when I thought it was a number, and I think someone told me it's not literally a number. It's not literally Arc 5. So I don't know why it's called that. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, it's like virtual reality and train. I kind of get where they're going with it. I'm not sure. Kel said, I have like a full on backstory for the series. It has low key Arc 5 spoilers though. I want to hear it. And then Kel said the D in 5D stands for dragons. So it was Yu Gi Oh! 5 Dragons? That's an interesting title. So yeah, I'm down for some Arc 5 spoilers. By the way, you guys told me this before, but I haven't had a lot of time to watch it. Where is the part in Arc 5 where they start introducing the multiverse stuff? Because I'm thinking about just skipping to that part of it and just catching up as I go. Because I am interested in seeing the multiverse stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. But yeah, feel free to go hard on the spoilers. I'm like more than ready. I'm excited to learn like what's going on with the backstory for the series, your ideas for subtitles and things of that nature. I keep forgetting that once you get closer to the end of this bottle of water, you have to take the cap off, or else the little hole that the water goes through becomes like inefficient once the water gets this low. So it's difficult to drink without taking the cap off. Mm. But yeah, so far I'm having fun. I really enjoyed that fan fiction. And my day has been fun so far. I haven't had a day in the last few days where I like wasn't hanging out with friends. So I've been having a good time, having a good time. Kel said it's called Arc V because the arc represents the pendulum arcs, and the V represents that it's the fifth arc in the show. Okay, I see the point. So it's a play on words. It's not just the fifth arc, but the arc represents the path of the pendulum. I get it. That's cool. I actually like that. So why was Zexel called Zexel? I think that's the only one I'm confused on now. Because I think Vrains is a term that they straight up say in Vrains, right? Like that's what the VR world is like called. And then Kel said, I forgot exactly why Zexel's called Zexel though. Excuse me. Mm. I might have to look into that. I read a little bit of the Zexel manga because Zexel was my favorite of the anime series to watch. But I couldn't get too into the Zexel manga because it seemed just like the anime. It seemed like the same stuff I was seeing in the anime was just happening in the manga. And then I'm like, well, if it's just gonna be the same thing pretty much, then I might as well just watch the anime then instead of reading the manga. The GX manga is really interesting because it's just not the show. It's just a different story with similar but different characters. So I really vibe with it. Kel said, yeah, the virtual reality is called Link Vrains, so that's why the show is called Link Vrains. Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. I think Vrains has the best name. Um, because Arc 5 is really good, but it's like clever, it's a little off or whatever. And then Generation X is cool, but it doesn't really sell the whole dual school aspect. You don't know that straight off the bat. And 5Ds is a little too cryptic. The five dragons thing. I don't know. I didn't understand that. Maybe I would have understood it more if I watched 5Ds, but I don't know. Nani said, I'm so alone. Nothing feels like home. Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Don't worry, you're welcome here. Hang out with us, talk with us. Hopefully, we can give you like a solid hangout setting for you to like chill in and feel at home, feel relaxed. Right now, we're talking about Kel's fan fiction. I finished reading it. I really enjoyed it. If you haven't checked it out, feel free to go in the amino and like smash that like button on it. It's pretty good. Anything for subs, that's sub. Yo! Anything for subs. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. Also, guys, feel free to post any questions you might have for me, any discussion points or topics that you like to like go over with me. I'd be more than happy to talk about whatever you guys want. Right now, the topic at hand is Kel's fan fiction that he's writing about Yu-Gi-Oh. But while we're talking about that, I can also talk about other topics. You know, I'm here. I'm here to talk to everybody, hang out, have a good time. We currently have 13 minutes or so left in the stream. Anything for subs said, what do you think about weed? I don't fuck with drugs. I actually don't drink, smoke, or do drugs. The reason why I say smoke or do drugs is because some people don't consider stuff like marijuana to be a drug. I do, personally. But I've told people I don't do drugs before, and then they still be like, "So do you smoke weed?" And I was like, "No, no, I don't smoke or do drugs." So I'm really clean slate when it comes to like stuff like that. I don't fuck with it personally. When it comes to other people doing it, I think it's like a to each their own thing. But I don't fuck with the idea of people growing it and the idea of people distributing it, if that makes sense. Illegally. If it's like an illegal setting, who cares? If it's legal, then do what you want. But in an illegal setting, I don't like the idea of people dealing because they're acting as enablers at that point. They're like allowing other people to make illegal decision that they probably shouldn't be making. And I'm not a fan of people who grow it specifically to share it. If someone grows it and they're growing it like for their own use, that's like a different thing. Because, like I say, if you're gonna make that choice for yourself, then that's fine because that's what you want to do. You're taking that risk upon yourself. But I don't like the idea of people who grow it to distribute it because, like I said, they're enabling other people to make a potentially negative choice. And again, this is fully talking about doing it illegally. For people who do it legally, that's totally fine to do it legally because it's a part of the law. Would I ever do it? No. Mainly because of the fact that I plan on working for the government, and that's just not a thing that you can do. Even in places where it's legal, it's not legal on like a federal level, and that's what they care about. They're like, if you do it and it breaks like federal law, then you can't work for the federal government, and that makes sense. Kel said, okay, so in Arc 5, all the all the U boys are all fragments of one dude named Zark. He's the reason there's four dimensions in Arc 5. The end of the show, they all fuse back into Zark. After all of Yuya's friends beat the crap out of Zark because he was evil, he ends up getting sealed away. Oh, that's interesting. Mm. So the main character is revealed to actually be four characters, and they all transform into one evil guy, and then all the main character's friends beat the evil guy and seal him away. That seems like a very interesting ending, because it's not necessarily a happy ending, like at all. Then Nani said it's a song from Marshmallow. Oh, so the thing that you said earlier is quoting a song from Marshmallow? Who's Marshmallow? Is that like a music artist? I'm just not familiar with that name. Mm. We got 10 minutos left in the live stream. If you guys have any questions or topics that you'd like to discuss, blah, blah, that you'd like to discuss, feel free to hit me up on the stream. Be more than happy to talk with you about them. Let's see. Kel said, so in my fanfic, because he was fused together, all the dimensions fused back into one dimension, but all the dimensions colliding created an evil force. Ooh, seems like we're getting into villains. Dragon Ball Superfan said Marshmallow has 1.1 billion views alone. Billion? Billion? Sorry, the concept of like billion views is like really crazy. So Adele's Hello has a billion views. Luis Fonsi's Despacito, Ed Sheeran's Shape of You, Justin Bieber's Sorry, a billion views. That's crazy. Nani said Marshmallow is a DJ. He wears a marshmallow helmet. Marshmallow DJ. Huh. The mask looks familiar. Like it looks like something I've seen before. I don't listen to like electronic music for the most part. So I think that's probably why I've never really heard of him. I listen to a lot of lo-fi, though it's not my favorite genre of music. My favorite genre of music is space age jazz. I really like Esquivel. I think that's like really cool. Um, but the music that I listen to for the most part is just remixes of things, normally lo-fi on SoundCloud. And I actually have a playlist that I regularly create. I create a new playlist every week, and it becomes my soundtrack for that week. Listening to those songs in order to train SoundCloud's AI to understand the type of music that I like so it can better recommend music to me every week in SoundCloud Weekly, which is how SoundCloud tries to introduce its users to new music on a weekly basis. Kel said, this evil force is called the Vortex, and in the Vortex is a living thing that believes that dual monsters originated from it and wants to basically take over the world. Interesting. So, part of what interests me about the concept of the evil force, the Vortex, and the idea that it believes that the dual monsters originated from it is I wonder how the Vortex would react if it learned about the world that the dual monsters come from. Because I know that Yu-Gi-Oh, I think either in late season 4 or in early season 5, it's hard to tell because season 5 is so fucking long. Season 5 is as long as a normal animated series. Like a whole show fits into season 5. Um, they reveal that the monsters come from an actual world. Like when you summon like a Yu-Gi-Oh monster during that particular season, they actually go from that world and they're real monsters in our world. The vortex, in order for it to believe that it was the source of those monsters, either A is wrong, like Vortex believes they come from him, but they don't really come from him. B, the monsters that exist in that world, like where the dual monsters like come from, actually emerge from the vortex and then appear in that world. Or C, maybe the vortex created that world, like he made that world like himself, it manifested from him. I don't know. Um, well, hold on. If all the dimensions colliding together created an evil force, that would imply that the force existed after the monsters already existed. So doesn't that mean that A is the only option? That it has to be a situation where the Force believes it, but it's not true? Unless there are time travel shenanigans. I keep wanting to see time travel because the main character uses future monsters. And then Nani said there was an event concert in Fortnite. What? So he had a concert inside of a game? This is an interesting time we live in. Kell said since the vortex can't do things by itself, it relies on its followers, who want to return all of the summoning methods to the vortex. Interesting. So there are people essentially trying to get rid of summoning methods. How do you go about that? Nani said it was dope. He said, I like when Fortnite does stuff like that. I think the only Fortnite thing that I thought was like really interesting, that like I was like, oh, is the concept of Thanos and Fortnite. I thought that was a really like crazy thing that I would have never expected. I personally never really played um, Fortnite outside of a stream. I normally, I would say that I've probably never played Fortnite out of a stream. You guys have to like vote for it. And there was that one time where I was talking to this one girl who worked at Best Buy, and she wanted to play it, and we played it together. But I think I streamed that too. I'm just not a Fortnite guy. But it's interesting that Fortnite is stepping out and doing things like that. Maybe that'll help like set a trend and like build into something bigger. Kel said vortex summoning also came from the vortex. People who are able to use the power from the vortex are able to vortex summon. Oh, so vortex summoning is something that like certain people can do, which means that most people can't do it. That's interesting. Nani said, I like Fortnite because I'm good at it. He said some people don't like it because they suck at the game. I feel like some people don't like it not necessarily due to like a skill gap, but just because it's not the kind of game that they enjoy playing. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of an example of a game that I'm good at playing, but I don't enjoy it for the kind of game that it is. I don't know. I feel like in order to figure out if you're good at playing a game, you need to like play that game for like a certain period of time. You know what I mean? To like get accustomed to it, figure out its mechanics, and then definitively be able to say after like some experience whether or not you feel you're good, bad, or like adequate at the game compared to like other people's skill. But I feel like most games I don't like, I don't play for that long because I like don't enjoy them. So I don't know. I can't think of a good example of a game that I'm good at but I don't like because I think games I don't like I don't give enough time to get good at them. Let's see. Then Nani said, "Yeah, they even played his songs and the animations were dope." That's cool. That actually is like a really interesting idea. Kel said the main character isn't Kibo though. He's the rival character. Oh, the main character is actually Yura. He uses Sky Kings, an archetype I made up. Oh, word? So in this fanfic, I'm facing off against the rival character, almost like facing off against like a Kaiba style character. That's cool. Speaking of Kaiba, Kaiba Corp exists in your fanfic's continuity. I thought that was really interesting. So, in your continuity, Kaiba Corp still exists after the events of like Arc V. By the way, we only have 2 minutes left in the live stream. If you guys have any last minute questions or discussion topics that you guys would like to go over, this is the time to do so. So feel free to post in the live chat your questions or comments or discussion topics that you want. That way we can cover them real quick before I have to end the stream. There we go. Do 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 do. Normally I would sip on water, but I drank all my water. do 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 do. Boom 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 boom. Do 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 do. Let's see, we got less than a minute left. Your boy Kel said because of the vortex's present, because of the vortex's presence, vortexes appear randomly all over the world, and Yura and the others have to duel against other vortex summoners to stop the vortex. Oh, so there are people who are summoning the vortex. summoning it to get rid of the special summoning types. So I guess if they don't stop the vortexes from like opening up everywhere, then they'll like grab all the special summoning types, maybe take all those cards away. I'm still trying to imagine it in my head. Anything for subset, what do you think about jazz music? Like I mentioned earlier, space age jazz is my favorite genre of jazz. Um, it does a lot of interesting experimental things with the music, with many different instruments working hand in hand in order to create like a old sci-fi movie kind of sound. I really dig it. If you want to get into space age jazz, I'd highly recommend typing in a squivel. I can type it into the live chat. They're my favorite group when it comes to space age jazz. My favorite song, um, like favorite song period, is Giovanni Falabrino's. Well, it's hard to say that's my favorite song. My favorite space age jazz song is Giovanni Falabrino's "For Cynthia." My favorite song, period, is probably "Winter" by Cake. It has a really nice wintry Christmas feel. I feel like they did a good job of making it feel like winter. Kel said, I'll go into it way more in an Amino post, talking about like his fanfic and the background of like his Yu-Gi-Oh fanfic. Awesome. I'm down to check it out. I would love to continue this vlog further, but I actually have a book that I'm trying to write. I got an idea for it while I was in the shower, and I want to try to write as much of it as I can tonight before I go to bed. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. There's your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace. Anything for subset, I like old jazz music. Space Age Jazz is also pretty old. Like, I don't know of modern people who do Space Age Jazz. Um, you'll definitely notice if you, like, look it up. There's, like, older stuff. But yeah, thank you all once again for tuning in. I hope you guys stay tuned for the next video. We got a fan poll coming out tomorrow. So make sure that you vote in tomorrow's fan poll for what you would like to watch on the channel next. This is your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace.